Friends, Romans, Stoics. Welcome, seekers of serenity, to a journey through the ageless wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy not of passive acceptance, but of active flourishing. Imagine Seneca himself, his gaze piercing yet kind, leaning forward to impart the secrets to navigating life's turbulent waters. He wouldn't offer platitudes, but practical tools, honed over centuries of human experience. We often lament the brevity of life, echoing Seneca's sentiment, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." But what if we could reclaim that wasted time, transform it into purposeful action, and truly thrive amidst the chaos? The frantic pace of modern existence, the relentless demands on our attention, and the constant bombardment of information can leave us feeling overwhelmed, adrift in a sea of anxieties. The Stoics offer a lighthouse, a system of principles to guide us toward inner peace and genuine success. Forget fleeting trends and superficial gains, we're diving deep into the bedrock of human resilience, unlocking the potential within each of us to not just survive, but excel. Today, we're embarking on a quest to transcend the ordinary, to rise above the fray and join the ranks of those who have mastered the art of living well. We'll explore 7 Stoic practices, time-tested strategies that can catapult you ahead of 98% of people, not in the relentless pursuit of worldly achievement, but in the attainment of inner freedom and meaningful purpose. These aren't mere theories, they're actionable steps, ready to be integrated into your daily life, transforming your perspective and empowering you to seize control of your destiny. Think of this not as a lecture, but as a conversation, a shared exploration of ideas that can reshape your understanding of the world and your place within it. Are you ready to unlock your Stoic potential? Are you ready to move forward? Now, before we begin our journey into these transformative practices, let's consider a crucial element often overlooked in discussions of self-improvement: authenticity. Stoicism isn't about adopting a rigid persona or suppressing genuine emotions. It's about cultivating self-awareness, understanding your values, and aligning your actions with your inner compass. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, not a pale imitation of someone else's ideal. With that foundational understanding in mind, let's jump straight into the first practice. 1. Cultivating the cosmic perspective, the art of zooming out. Imagine yourself suspended in the infinite expanse of space, gazing back at Earth, a fragile blue marble swirling in the cosmic void. From this vantage point, the dramas of your daily life, the petty squabbles, the missed deadlines, the fleeting anxieties, seem almost laughably insignificant. This, in essence, is the power of the cosmic perspective. The original video highlights this beautifully. The Stoics, faced with the vastness of the cosmos, recognized the ephemeral nature of human existence. But what does this philosophical abstraction have to do with getting ahead in the real world? Everything. Most people are so deeply entrenched in their own immediate concerns that they lose sight of the bigger picture. They magnify minor setbacks into major crises, allowing trivial irritations to derail their progress. The cosmic perspective offers a much-needed dose of reality. It reminds us that our lives, while meaningful to us, are but a tiny fraction of the universe's grand narrative. This realization isn't meant to diminish our ambitions or invalidate our struggles. Quite the opposite. It's meant to liberate us from the tyranny of the trivial, allowing us to focus our energy on what truly matters. Think of Elon Musk, a figure often associated with innovation and ambition. While his endeavors are undeniably significant, he has, on several occasions, openly reflected on humanity's place in the universe, even contemplating the possibility of life existing beyond Earth. This broader perspective, whether consciously cultivated or intuitively embraced, likely contributes to his ability to tackle seemingly insurmountable challenges with unwavering determination. It provides a context for his work, grounding his efforts in a pursuit far greater than personal gain. Consider the stress of a looming deadline at work. The pressure mounts, anxieties rise, and your focus narrows to the immediate task at hand. Now, take a step back. Visualize yourself as a tiny speck on this planet, orbiting a star in a vast galaxy. Will this deadline matter in a year? In a decade? In a century? The answer is likely no. This doesn't mean you should shirk your responsibilities, but it does mean you can approach the situation with a renewed sense of perspective, reducing unnecessary stress and allowing you to perform at your best. This ability to zoom out, to detach yourself from the immediate pressures and view your life in the context of the larger universe, is a rare and valuable skill. It allows you to prioritize your efforts, make more rational decisions, and navigate life's challenges with greater equanimity. It's the mental equivalent of having a bird's-eye view, allowing you to see the patterns and opportunities that others miss. So, how do you cultivate this cosmic perspective in your daily life? Start small. Take a few minutes each day to contemplate the vastness of the universe. Read about astronomy, watch documentaries about space, or simply gaze at the stars on a clear night. Reflect on the sheer scale of existence and your place within it. Practice mindful detachment. When faced with a stressful situation, consciously remind yourself of the larger picture. Ask yourself, will this matter in the grand scheme of things? What's the worst that can happen, and how likely is it to occur? How can I learn from this experience and use it to grow? By consistently practicing these techniques, you can gradually cultivate a cosmic perspective that will serve as a powerful anchor in the storms of life, allowing you to stay grounded, focused, and resilient in the face of adversity. It's the foundation upon which you can build a life of purpose, meaning, and lasting fulfillment, setting you far apart from those who are constantly tossed about by the winds of circumstance. 2. Benefiting from negative visualization, preparing for the inevitable. Negative visualization, as the video explained, might sound counterintuitive in our positivity-obsessed culture. Why dwell on potential hardships when we should be focusing on manifesting success? The Stoics understood that true resilience isn't about denying the possibility of adversity, but about preparing for it mentally and emotionally. It's not about wallowing in fear, but about proactively mitigating risk and cultivating gratitude for the blessings we often take for granted. The original content sets this up beautifully. Imagine you're a sailor preparing for a long voyage. You wouldn't simply assume that the seas will be calm and the winds favorable. You would anticipate potential storms, assess the risks, and equip yourself with the knowledge and tools to navigate treacherous waters. Negative visualization is the mental equivalent of this preparation. It involves contemplating potential setbacks, not to induce fear, but to foster resilience and proactive problem-solving. Consider the scenario of losing your job. Most people avoid thinking about this possibility, clinging to the illusion of job security. But what if you were to consciously visualize this scenario? You might consider the financial implications, the emotional toll, and the practical steps you would need to take to find new employment. This exercise wouldn't necessarily prevent you from losing your job, but it would prepare you to handle the situation with greater composure and effectiveness. You might update your resume, network with contacts, and explore potential career alternatives, proactively mitigating the potential impact of job loss. Furthermore, negative visualization fosters gratitude. By contemplating the absence of something we value, our health, our relationships, our possessions, we gain a deeper appreciation for its presence. Think about the simple pleasure of a warm shower on a cold day. We often take this for granted, but imagine going without it for a week. Suddenly, that warm shower becomes a source of profound joy and gratitude. Seneca put it best when he said, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." This resonates so profoundly. This heightened sense of gratitude not only enhances our well-being but also motivates us to protect and cherish the things we value. We become more mindful of our health, more attentive to our relationships, and more appreciative of the simple pleasures of life. This, in turn, leads to greater happiness and fulfillment, a stark contrast to the constant striving and dissatisfaction that plagues so many in our modern world. To practice negative visualization effectively, start with small, manageable scenarios. Don't overwhelm yourself with catastrophic possibilities. Instead, focus on everyday challenges and setbacks. Visualize a missed opportunity, a failed project, or a difficult conversation. Imagine how you would react, what steps you would take, and what lessons you could learn. The key is to approach these visualizations with a calm, rational mindset, not with fear or anxiety. Use them as opportunities to develop contingency plans and cultivate emotional resilience. Remember, negative visualization isn't about dwelling on the negative. It's about preparing for the inevitable and cultivating gratitude for the present, a powerful combination that can propel you ahead of the unprepared majority. This proactive mindset allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater confidence, resilience, and ultimately, success. It's about transforming potential fears into proactive strategies, empowering you to face the future with equanimity and strength. 3. Embracing intentional discomfort, stepping outside your comfort zone. We live in a world designed for comfort and convenience. From climate-controlled environments to instant gratification, we are constantly bombarded with opportunities to avoid discomfort. But the Stoics understood that growth lies outside the comfort zone. As the original video pointed out, it's in the challenging, uncomfortable experiences that we develop resilience, build strength, and discover our true potential. Embracing intentional discomfort isn't about masochism or self-inflicted pain. It's about deliberately exposing yourself to situations that push you beyond your perceived limits, fostering adaptability and expanding your capacity for growth. Think about the concept of deliberate practice, a key element in mastering any skill. Deliberate practice involves focusing on your weaknesses, pushing yourself to the edge of your abilities, and seeking out challenges that force you to improve. This process is inherently uncomfortable. It requires confronting your limitations, accepting failure, and pushing through plateaus. But it's also the most effective way to achieve mastery. Consider the example of a public speaker. Someone afraid of public speaking might avoid it altogether, perpetuating their fear and limiting their career opportunities. But someone who embraces intentional discomfort might deliberately seek out speaking engagements, starting with small audiences and gradually working their way up to larger, more challenging presentations. This process would undoubtedly be uncomfortable, filled with anxiety and self-doubt. But with each presentation, the speaker would gain confidence, refine their skills, and ultimately overcome their fear. Embracing intentional discomfort also recalibrates our perception of hardship. By deliberately subjecting ourselves to minor discomforts, we become more resilient in the face of real adversity. Someone who regularly takes cold showers, for example, is likely to be better equipped to handle stressful situations than someone who always seeks comfort and ease. The cold shower acts as a mini-challenge, building mental toughness and preparing the individual to face larger obstacles with greater composure. This practice extends beyond physical discomfort. It can involve challenging your beliefs, engaging in difficult conversations, or pursuing goals that require significant effort and sacrifice. The key is to identify areas where you are avoiding discomfort and deliberately push yourself to step outside your comfort zone. It might be as simple as taking a different route to work, trying a new food, or striking up a conversation with a stranger. These small acts of intentional discomfort can gradually expand your comfort zone, making you more adaptable, resilient, and ultimately, more successful. Moreover, embracing discomfort fosters a deeper appreciation for the simple pleasures of life. By occasionally depriving ourselves of comfort and convenience, we gain a renewed appreciation for the things we often take for granted. A simple meal becomes a source of joy after a period of fasting, a warm bed becomes a luxury after a night spent camping outdoors. This heightened sense of appreciation not only enhances our well-being but also reduces our reliance on external sources of happiness, making us more resilient to the inevitable ups and downs of life. So, how can you embrace intentional discomfort in your daily life? Start small. Identify one area where you are avoiding discomfort and deliberately challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Take a cold shower, try a new exercise, engage in a difficult conversation, or pursue a goal that requires significant effort. Be mindful of your reactions, learn from your experiences, and gradually increase the level of discomfort. Remember, the goal isn't to punish yourself, but to expand your capacity for growth and resilience. By consistently embracing intentional discomfort, you can transform yourself into a stronger, more adaptable, and more resilient individual, setting you far apart from those who are constantly seeking comfort and ease. It's about proactively building your capacity to handle adversity, transforming challenges into opportunities, and ultimately, living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. 4. Controlling the dichotomy of control, focusing on what you can influence. The dichotomy of control, as highlighted in the original content, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It's the understanding that some things are within our control, while others are not. Our thoughts, actions, and values are within our control. External events, the opinions of others, and the outcome of our efforts are largely outside our control. Many people waste their time and energy trying to control things that are beyond their influence, leading to frustration, anxiety, and a sense of powerlessness. The Stoics recognize that true freedom and peace of mind come from focusing on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. Consider the example of an athlete preparing for a competition. The athlete can control their training, their diet, their sleep, and their mental preparation. However, they cannot control the weather, the performance of their competitors, or the judges' scoring. An athlete who focuses on controlling the uncontrollable will likely experience anxiety, frustration, and ultimately, diminished performance. But an athlete who focuses on controlling what they can, their preparation and their effort, will be more likely to perform at their best, regardless of the external circumstances. This principle applies to all areas of life, from business to relationships to personal health. A business owner can control their marketing strategy, their product development, and their customer service. However, they cannot control the economy, the competition, or the changing tastes of consumers. A business owner who focuses on controlling the uncontrollable will likely experience stress, burnout, and ultimately, business failure. But a business owner who focuses on controlling what they can, their strategy, their execution, and their adaptability, will be more likely to succeed, even in the face of adversity. In relationships, we can control our own actions, our own communication, and our own commitment. However, we cannot control the actions, the feelings, or the choices of our partners. Trying to control our partners will likely lead to conflict, resentment, and ultimately, relationship breakdown. But focusing on controlling our own behavior, communicating effectively, and maintaining our commitment to the relationship will increase the likelihood of a healthy and fulfilling partnership. The key to mastering the dichotomy of control is self-awareness. It requires recognizing which things are within your control and which things are not. This isn't always easy. We often have a strong desire to control external events, especially when they impact our lives. But with practice, we can learn to identify the boundaries of our influence and focus our energy on what truly matters. Practicing this crucial tenet of Stoicism can dramatically change your life for the better. Every time you find yourself feeling anxious, frustrated, or stressed, ask yourself, what aspects of this situation are within my control? What aspects are outside my control? How can I focus my energy on the things I can influence and accept the things I cannot? By consistently applying this framework, you can gradually cultivate a sense of inner peace and empowerment, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with greater equanimity and effectiveness. 5. Practicing journaling for self-reflection, the mirror to your soul. In a world of constant distractions and instant gratification, the practice of journaling might seem antiquated, even irrelevant. But the Stoics understood the immense value of self-reflection, of turning inward to examine our thoughts, emotions, and motivations. Journaling, as the original content pointed out, provides a powerful tool for this process, allowing us to gain clarity, identify patterns, and make more intentional choices. It's a conversation with yourself, a safe space to explore your inner landscape without judgment or fear. The original content also highlights the meditative writings of Marcus Aurelius, which are a great example of journaling. Think about the act of writing as a form of mental decluttering. Our minds are often filled with a jumble of thoughts, ideas, and emotions, making it difficult to discern what's truly important. Journaling allows us to externalize these thoughts, to put them down on paper and examine them from a more objective perspective. This process can help us to identify recurring patterns, challenge limiting beliefs, and gain a deeper understanding of our own motivations. Consider a scenario where you consistently find yourself feeling stressed or overwhelmed. By journaling about these feelings, you might begin to identify the triggers that contribute to your stress. You might realize that you are consistently taking on too much responsibility, that you are struggling to delegate tasks, or that you are neglecting your own self-care. Once you have identified these patterns, you can begin to take steps to address them, setting boundaries, delegating responsibilities, and prioritizing your own well-being. Journaling also provides a valuable tool for processing difficult emotions. Instead of suppressing or avoiding painful feelings, you can use journaling to explore them in a safe and controlled environment. By writing about your experiences, you can gain a better understanding of your emotions, identify the underlying causes, and develop healthy coping mechanisms. This process can be particularly helpful in dealing with grief, loss, or trauma. It allows you to process your emotions at your own pace, without feeling pressured to conform to societal expectations or suppress your own feelings. This is a therapeutic technique for many. To make journaling a regular part of your life, start with small, manageable steps. Set aside just a few minutes each day, perhaps in the morning or before bed, to write about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, or style. The key is to simply get your thoughts down on paper, without judgment or censorship. You might write about your goals, your challenges, your successes, or your failures. You might reflect on your relationships, your values, or your purpose in life. The possibilities are endless. The most important thing is to be honest with yourself and to use journaling as a tool for self-discovery and personal growth. Don't be afraid to explore your vulnerabilities, confront your fears, and challenge your assumptions. The more honest and authentic you are in your journaling practice, the more valuable it will be. As time goes on, you'll see that your journaling habit will help you cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself, your values, and your place in the world. This self-knowledge will empower you to make more intentional choices, navigate life's challenges with greater resilience, and ultimately, live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. It's a powerful tool for personal growth, a journey inward that can transform your perspective and empower you to create a life of purpose and authenticity. 6. Using obstacles as opportunities, turning adversity into advantage. Life is inevitably filled with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. Many people view these obstacles as roadblocks, as signs that they are on the wrong path. The Stoics, however, viewed obstacles as opportunities for growth, learning, and character development, as the video states. They believed that adversity could be a catalyst for positive change, a chance to develop resilience, and a stepping stone to greater success. Think about the story of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison for his opposition to apartheid. While his imprisonment was undoubtedly a tremendous hardship, Mandela used this time to reflect, to learn, and to strengthen his resolve. He emerged from prison not as a broken man, but as a symbol of hope, reconciliation, and forgiveness. His imprisonment, though a terrible injustice, ultimately served as a catalyst for positive change, not only in South Africa but around the world. His experience goes to show how obstacles can become opportunities to grow and learn. Consider the experience of a startup founder who faces a major setback, such as a product failure or a funding crisis. Many founders would be tempted to give up at this point, seeing the setback as a sign of failure. But a Stoic-minded founder would view the setback as an opportunity to learn from their mistakes, to refine their strategy, and to emerge stronger and more resilient. They might use the setback as an opportunity to pivot their business model, to target a new market, or to develop a more innovative product. The key is to reframe the setback as a learning experience, to identify the lessons that can be learned, and to use those lessons to improve their future performance. This also ties into a mental model of resilience. Obstacles can be opportunities to strengthen our character. Overcoming challenges builds resilience, develops perseverance, and fosters a sense of self-efficacy. Each time we overcome an obstacle, we gain confidence in our ability to handle future challenges, making us more likely to take risks and pursue our goals with greater determination. This resilience is a valuable asset in all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional success. It allows us to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt to change, and to persevere in the face of adversity. So, how can you begin to view obstacles as opportunities in your own life? The first step is to change your mindset. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, try to view them as learning experiences. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this experience to grow? How can I turn this setback into a stepping stone to greater success? As you go through life, challenges will arise. Instead of trying to avoid or suppress painful emotions, acknowledge them, process them, and learn from them. Use them as opportunities to develop emotional intelligence, to build empathy, and to strengthen your relationships. If you can do this, you will be well on your way to being prepared for anything. By consistently reframing obstacles as opportunities, you can transform your life into a journey of growth, learning, and self-discovery. It's about embracing the challenges that life throws your way, using them to become stronger, more resilient, and more successful. This proactive mindset will set you apart from those who are deterred by adversity, allowing you to achieve your goals and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. 7. Cultivating inner contentment, finding happiness within. In a society that constantly bombards us with messages of consumerism and external validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of chasing happiness through material possessions, social status, or external achievements. The Stoics understood that true happiness comes from within, from cultivating a sense of inner contentment that is independent of external circumstances, as the original content explains so well. It's not about suppressing ambition or rejecting worldly success, but about understanding that true fulfillment comes from aligning your actions with your values, living a life of purpose, and finding joy in the simple pleasures of life. This concept applies across all situations, from a successful corporate executive, who might have achieved significant financial wealth and professional recognition. However, if their happiness is solely dependent on these external achievements, they are vulnerable to the inevitable ups and downs of the corporate world. A layoff, a demotion, or a failed project could shatter their sense of self-worth and leave them feeling empty and unfulfilled. But an executive who has cultivated inner contentment, who finds joy in their work, their relationships, and their personal growth, will be more resilient in the face of these challenges. They might experience disappointment or sadness, but their sense of self-worth will not be diminished. They will be able to bounce back from setbacks, learn from their mistakes, and continue to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Even if you're a student, you may be caught in the trap of grades and external validation. But finding joy in learning is the key. This approach can benefit your learning and also help you gain inner peace as you progress. One of the most effective ways to cultivate inner contentment is to practice gratitude. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. Focus on the simple pleasures, a warm cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, a meaningful conversation with a friend. By consciously focusing on the positive aspects of your life, you can shift your perspective and cultivate a greater sense of happiness and contentment. Another key to cultivating inner contentment is to align your actions with your values. Identify what is truly important to you, what principles you want to live by, and then strive to live in accordance with those values. This might involve making changes to your career, your relationships, or your lifestyle. It might involve taking a stand for what you believe in, even when it's difficult or unpopular. When you are living in alignment with your values, you will experience a sense of purpose and authenticity that will contribute to your overall well-being. It allows you to accept change and be prepared for what may come. Finally, cultivating inner contentment involves practicing mindfulness. This means paying attention to the present moment, without judgment or distraction. It means focusing on your breath, your senses, and your thoughts and feelings. Mindfulness can help you to reduce stress, improve your focus, and cultivate a greater sense of peace and tranquility. There are many different ways to practice mindfulness, including meditation, yoga, and simply taking a few moments each day to sit quietly and observe your thoughts and feelings. The key is to find a practice that works for you and to make it a regular part of your life. In a world of constant distractions and external pressures, cultivating inner contentment is a radical act of self-care. It's about taking control of your own happiness, finding joy in the present moment, and living a life of purpose and authenticity. This internal sense of validation can make all the difference. By doing this, you can set yourself apart from those who are constantly chasing external validation, allowing you to experience a deeper and more lasting sense of fulfillment. As we draw this exploration to a close, let's take a moment to consolidate the wisdom we've unearthed. We've delved into 7 profound Stoic practices that can truly transform your life, cultivating the cosmic perspective, to detach from the trivial and focus on what truly matters, benefiting from negative visualization, preparing for adversity and fostering gratitude, embracing intentional discomfort, expanding your comfort zone and building resilience, controlling the dichotomy of control, focusing on what you can influence and accepting what you cannot, practicing journaling for self-reflection, gaining clarity and making intentional choices, using obstacles as opportunities, turning adversity into advantage, and cultivating inner contentment, finding happiness within and living a life of purpose. As we heard in the video, this isn't just about accumulating knowledge, but about integrating these practices into your daily life, embodying the Stoic principles in your actions and decisions. Which of these 7 principles resonates most deeply with you? Where do you see the greatest potential for growth in your own life? Perhaps the cosmic perspective offers a much-needed dose of humility, or maybe negative visualization can help you prepare for challenges on the horizon. Take the time to truly think about your circumstances. The key is to start small, to choose 1 or 2 practices that resonate with you and gradually integrate them into your routine. Don't try to change everything overnight. Focus on making small, consistent improvements over time, and you'll be amazed at the transformative impact. Remember, the path to Stoic mastery is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It's a process of continuous self-reflection, learning, and growth. Embrace the challenges along the way, view setbacks as opportunities for learning, and never lose sight of your ultimate goal, to live a life of virtue, purpose, and fulfillment. I encourage you to share your thoughts, insights, and experiences in the comments section below. Which of these practices are you already implementing in your life? What challenges are you facing? What successes are you celebrating? Let's create a community of like-minded individuals who are committed to living the Stoic way, supporting each other on the path to inner peace and genuine success. And until our next philosophical exploration, may you tread the path of wisdom, courage, and resilience, embodying the timeless principles of Stoicism in all that you do. Go forth and prosper, not in the fleeting pursuit of external validation, but in the enduring pursuit of inner peace and genuine fulfillment. Go forth, and be Stoic.